Gamer Peep is having a hard time beating level 69 because you still haven't liked this video and subscribed. Fun fact, did you know that the bigger guy has, the slower he walks? So you're telling me my grandpa is packing? What country, and not nearly as bad as the media portrays it to be? Antarctica. The media makes out that it's very cold there, but that situation is improving. What is the most disturbing fact you know of? If you put yogurt in a dead person's nose, they decompose faster. It's disturbing how you know this. Trial and error. Don't use Nutella. My parents went through my phone and deleted over 1,500 different images and videos and emptied the trash bin. I'm 15 and they haven't found anything bad on my phone ever. 1. They said it's to clear space, which I doubt as I have plenty of space left. 2. I do, but they require 100% access to my phone. They said it's to clear space. That should be your message when you send them to the retirement home. People who have girlfriends. How? Met a girl at a bar. Got her number. Lost it on the way 5-minute walk home. Searched Facebook by her first name and thought I had found her. Next day she accepts my friend request. I start things off with, "Hey, you were at the show at bar, right?" She says no, and I profusely apologize for interrupting her day and state that I will leave her alone. She told me no. Let's keep talking. That was coming on 2 years ago. I love her deeply, and her family. They're fantastic. Best mistake I've ever made. In another timeline, the bar girl was supposed to murder you in your sleep. You must choose. Forget your zodiac sign. Which president is best throat goat? Trump is purse-lipping like Melania does with his nut on his birthday. Amateur stuff. Joe knows to open the mouth wide, but at that angle he won't be able to relax the throat enough to really fit it all in. He's a gagger for sure. Obama is standing and has got a full grip, so he controls the angle it goes in. And he's got the full unhinged snake jaw going to make sure he can fit the whole thing in. Barack for the throat goat. No question. What's criminally overpriced to you? Funerals. Just melt me in a bucket of acid and fling me at my enemies. Couple of girls had a club where they'd self-harm together. Teacher found out. It was like the whole school was on Seaside watch after that. Seaside Squad. Kim K has a sex tape and Kanye still married her, but you all scared to talk to a girl because of some rumors you heard. My husband watched me get a train ran on me by 9 dudes in college. We celebrating 3 years of marriage in March. Hey Pringles, now that I'm no longer a child, I can't fit my hand in your tube of goodness. Do better. Pro tip. Spit on it and put that hand in there with purpose. Apparently orangutans are generally not aggressive towards humans, which sadly makes them available for sex trafficking. I wish I were bullshitting. Damn. How do you call them? Why everyone is only talking about quintessential quintuplets. Nobody remembers the original. Imagine if Nurse Joy or Officer Jenny were all Siamese. Their birth world looked like that magic trick where the magician pulls a bunch of handkerchiefs tied together from his mouth. Why not just use a cow? Its blood is much healthier than human blood, has way more, and isn't as ethically dubious as using people. Because then, vampire movies would be very boring. I'm not a vampirologist, but I think they could only drink human blood. Otherwise, they would travel with gerbils in their pockets, like little living juice boxes. Does anyone know of an armless YouTuber or someone like that? I need a guy with no arms for an upcoming video. If you can't find an armless guy, just look for a guy with arms that's really willing to commit to a bit. If you embait. Why do you embait? To find a seat on the bus? Your so dies in the hospital after a brutal car accident. Do you still do your skincare routine when you get home? Or do you go straight to bed? Of course. I don't want to look bad for the TikTok dance I'm going to do on her funeral. I prefer shuffle. People who have no playlists and just shuffle their liked songs folder are capable of murder. This post gave me the confidence to commit my first murder. On the way home, Spotify played Dolly Parton, Run the Jewels, and Weird Al Yankovic. I wouldn't want the demon under the bed to find me neek. He might get the wrong idea. This is exactly why I sleep neek. Personally, I always squat down neek at the side of my bed and grab both my ace cheeks and spread them apart to goats whatever evil may be under my bed. Nothing will show a demon that you are more sinister than they are by exposing your gaping chocolate starfish to them. I do this every night before bed to remind them who's the ducking boss. And it isn't Tony Danza. Edit. What are the ways to help quit palm? Remove pens. Harsh way, but it might work. Parasites are pure nightmare fuel. Facts. Nothing makes me squirm more than videos like this. When I discovered the tapeworm and how you had to get it out in the circumstance that you had one, I was so paranoid. Every time my stomach didn't feel good, I automatically just thought I had a tapeworm. It's easy to get it out. You put a chunk of apple and a chocolate chip in your bed every day for a week. After you only put the apple in, worm will come out to say we forgot the chocolate chip, and you kill it with a baseball bat. Have known that since my early toddler years. They also need us all jabbed, so there is no baseline with which to compare jabbed to unjabbed populations. Well, they aren't getting me. Pure blood and other bodily fluids will become very valuable. I'm planning to sell vax-free semen for $1,000 a pop. Lol. Me too. It's nice being a pure strain human. I bet it's hotter than the devil's nut in there. I feel like the devil would have like a perfect nut. Snickers looking vein and everything. Hella big too. Can we shut on feet people for a second? Didn't know you had a shutting on feet stink. He likes the way it feels between his toes. When the peep hits your G-spot, dude, I once like smacked the peep back in and out, and when I finally stopped teasing it, I kept cutting it off as it left me, so it stayed in me longer. Scooby-Doo would be upset. No one. Fred. Let's split up, gang. Daphne and I will search the bedroom. Scooby-Dooing Daphne. Shaggy has two options. The dog or the doe distinctly. Name something you could say during Slex and during the Chernobyl power plant disaster. Comrade Gorbachev. I have bad news. If normal human male rib population can reach speeds of 25 miles per hour, then the velocity of Edward's nut should have torn through Bella's uterus and gave her internal bleeding. Like a bullet leaving a gun, as they say. Do you accept constructive criticism? There's nothing you can say about me that I didn't already say to myself in the process of typing out this post. That's some low IQ shit right there. The first rule of gun safety is to have fun. What's the second rule? Attend the funeral. Sonic deniers be like, must have been the wind that got hurt. Every time I'm short on cash, I just go to my basement where Sonic is chained against the floor, and I just stomp the duck out of him until I'm rich. What were the dumbest lies you believed when you were a kid? Eating too much sugar will glue my ace cheeks together. Thanks, mom. What's so great about now? Fun for the whole family, even religious folks, because peephole loophole. No child support after dumping a load. I'll never forget my Vietnamese grandpa's last words, which means stop shaking the pole, you little shut. This brings back memories. As a Vietnamese, that phrase sounds kinda weird to me. It's understandable. He was falling as he said it. I support action because I hate kids. I support action because majority of people nowadays are not fit to be parents. We need cannibalism, not action. End world hunger at the same time. When I was a kid, I just jumped out of the shower and we had one of those oil bar heaters on wheels in the bathroom. I had just enough clearance height to stand over it, but I had to hold the little fella up. Well, I accidentally dropped it and it fell onto the heater and sizzled a little bit. Good golly, the real version of the hot dog. Did you hear the joke about the government cover up? No? Good. Sneaky. I give this joke a 9 out of 11. Fun fact. Iguanas can stop their hearts for 4 to 5 minutes. My grandpa can do that as well. Duck's sake. Girls of Reddit. What's it like having bobs? Upsides and downsides? Visual learner, by the way. This reminds me of a person that was in a prison cell when a volcano erupted and he was burned alive in his cell. I hate to say it, but crispy. Mixed milk and orange juice because I thought it would taste like a creamsicle, not make me projectile commit. Peep before or after shower. Shut in your hand and hold it during the shower, then properly dispose of it after. Sniff sniff. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been waiting for furry artists to make porn of Roxane. What are you gonna do about it? Tease me? Bully me? Hit me? Choke me? Handcuff me and subject me to all forms of pain? And your worst. Big man, I will rip off your nut and poke out your eyes with it, so that you may never see the hot wolf rockster porn. So I can be just like Roxanne missing my eyes. These types of occurrences used to be so organic. Now it's so forced and fake. Really takes the fun out of it. Back in my days, people doing this would be burned for being witches. The reality is, if you tried to rip a Pokemon it would defend itself, and you ducking die. Not if it's a magic carp. The internet crazy, we not supposed to know this many people. I'm living in your walls. Make a glory hole. Danny Tanner, the host of Wake Up San Francisco. R.I.P. He didn't wake up this time. 60 people are here. I've eaten my girlfriend out after I came in her, and between the two fluids it doesn't taste like anything. I've once tried to snack my own cram out after nutting in my girlfriend on accident, and by accident I mean it felt too damn good to pull out. I think it worked because no baby scare that month. Perfect. Holy shit. You should definitely use protection. Me and my son went kayaking today. Don't know why, but he was screaming like a little butch the whole time. I hate him. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of r/kayaking. Moderators remove posts from feeds for a variety of reasons, including keeping communities safe, civil, and true to their purpose. So knock him over the side, paddle off, and enjoy yourself. He'll float just fine till you're done. When I'm snacking some nut I don't want hair in my mouth, so nobody likes to go down on a tumblewee. Hey, don't assume. Some of us like to floss as we eat. After I had my good time, feel matured enough. Sometimes I wish for the Punisher to be reality. Sometimes I wish for the Punisher to be reality. Be the change you want to see in the world. I will speed it up for you. Millennials standing on a block of ice until climate change takes their lives. Nooses look pretty loose. Definitely not going to break the neck. Low possibility of strangling also. You can't even protest correctly. This dude hangs. Teachers, movies, TV series, anime, hint, real life. Trust me, some of my teachers were hot. Mine too. When they set themselves on fire. Yet another unrealistic body standard for women. Not really what I meant when I said how about a little head. Paw Patrol when things get a bit messy. The Accident. Over 200 million books sold. Jeff Kinney. Diary of a Stinky Kid. Big Nose TV Man. The greatest weapon is not a gun or a bomb. It is Big Nose TV Man. Big Nose TV Man is dangerous, please don't let him stab you with his big nose in the TV. Weird. Same thing happens to my pants when I see a kindergartner. Kirby just swallowed you. What ability did he get? -10 strength. Kirby says the M word. When you are a teenager you hide things like slacks or drinking from your parents. When you are a parent you hide things like slacks or drinking from your kids. Pro tip. Drink excessively in front of your kids so they hate alcohol and refuse to touch it when they get older. That's what my dad did for me, and I'm going to do it for my boy. Parents arrested after 11-year-old son was found home alone over the holidays. I doubt there will be a sequel. Home Alone 2. Child Protective Custody. Home Alone 2. Lost in the System. Why? Curse you. Curse you. I hope you stub your toe. I hope you have no cold sides of the pillow when you go to bed. Joke's on you, mother ducker. I don't have toes, and I sleep inside a cow's corpse. R/hol up. Hey again. Brah. This is the third time it's happening. Let's just fight and settle it once and for all. Where to fight? Tomorrow 12 PM EST. Let's go to a pet store. You get the cat section. Me the dog. 30 minutes. No holds barred. Let fate decide our destiny. Let's go. Do you have a better definition of what an NFT is? Exactly this. A fake proof of ownership of a digital property that everyone can just use anyway. You can tell people it's yours though, so that's kinda neat, I guess. Kinda like adopting an African child to support. r/cursedcomments. A 17-year-old boy with a 18-year-old girl. A 17-year-old girl with a 18-year-old boy. I just prefer her alive women. Sad really. If she ain't dead, she's ain't in my bed. What the duck, brah? You saying you prefer a pulse? Weirdo. Kirby says the M word. Kirby Black. Kurga. Kribby. How do you cater for a wedding with 600 guests? How do you colonize India and then not know the answer to this question? Failures in early missile tests. That must have resulted in at least a few pairs of thoroughly soiled underwear. I pre-soil in situations like this to save time. Like and subscribe for more tips. Marvel and Harry Potter fans carefully crafting some of the most cringy memes, art and fan fiction in existence. Real Chads only read Breaking Bad fan fiction. As I ducked Jesse in the ace, I came in his bussy. Mr. White, I told you not to cram Butch. Jesse, you need to swallow. Real talk though. Didn't Daphne and Fred primarily search the bedrooms throughout the entire franchise? And Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby primarily search either outside or in high traffic areas, like a building's main foyer or lounge? I find it interesting that the jock and Miss Popularity seem to be keeping it clean and private, while the nerd and the owners are getting their stink on and don't seem to care about getting caught. How high are you? Being a pervert sounds wonderful. No matter the outcome, you just check off and enjoy it. We could learn a lot from these degenerates. If only I had such positive approach for my life. I just started seeing someone, and he said, so I can delete the app now? To K-romance and happy about it. That's great. Anyways, I'm going to test my toaster's water resistance. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Try it with your neighbor's toaster, so your family has a working toaster in the morning. A guy just set himself on fire in Melbourne, Australia, to protest the vaccine mandates. Oh god, and he was drunk too. So he burned quicker. Guy with no arms gets kicked for calling a girl the M word. That's messed up. Dude was completely unarmed. A tiger's tongue is so strong that it can remove paint from wall and help to remove skin from flesh of its prey. His tongue has been classified as the second most dangerous tongue after the tongue of a woman. That's why they are good at gawk gawk. I don't see a cat. How do we know it's not you? The taste is different. I used to hump my pillows on a pretty regular basis and just kinda assumed other guys did too. But I have no idea. Edit. Wow. Didn't realize how common this actually is. Lol. Totally normal. I humped your pillows as well. New Horizon heirloom concept. Okay, so hear me out. What if Horizon's heirloom is just her son's rotting corpse that she drags by the legs behind her? The attack animations are her just flailing him around like nunchucks, and the animations are really detailed and graphic. And in one of the inspects she just weeps, and then Octane runs out of nowhere and just laughs at her to her face and runs off. It would also make you run exponentially slower, and is quicker for you to run with a weapon. For one of the inspects she'd shove her hand up his ace and make him talk like a hand puppet. A whole woman. Is it possible to kill a fraction of a woman? Technically yes. Women that have no legs and only one arm is a fraction of a woman. The only thing Jamie would beat Aragorn in a sister ducking contest. No, he can't. Aragorn ducked his own stepsister for 210 years. For Frodo. Sphinx cats are naturally hairless, so nothing was shaved. Or do they secretly shave themselves? Imagine their tongues magically turn into a shaver which they click the unwelcome fur on their skin. What the duck? Exploring a perfect recreation of Titanic in Unreal Engine. Can't wait for the iceberg DLC. Men. What's the top secret things you do when you like a girl / fall in for her? Carve her name into my ballsack with an X-Acto knife. There was a girl who was really popular who got her friends to bully this other girl with her. The kicker is the girl who was being bullied was a grade or two younger and her dad had shot and murdered her pregnant mother in the middle of town. And then went and killed himself. Barely months prior to them bullying her. It was horrific and all over the news. And the girls bullied her on Twitter. Pretty sure the girl who was bullied left the state. Duck you Kennedy. Hopefully Kennedy went to Dallas. Damn. I like Recess a lot. Recess had some pretty good looking cars, not gonna lie. Bruh, that's misogynists. I think we can all agree that Lightning McQueen has some questionable views. At least he has a clear view to a good car race like Sally's. He knows how to find the best cussy. Life was better before you said this. My husband took my kids to eat indoors at a restaurant tonight and that would be an ex-husband to me. We're in the middle of getting divorced. Good for you. That's abrasive. I mean, they are his kids. Who cares if he eats them inside or outside? And an inhumane amount of bug spray. Even Hitler wouldn't use that amount of gas in anything. When they say deaf and blind people can't do this trend. Blind people seeing this. Not funny. What if a blind person see that?